Okay, so super quick kind of sketch how-to video on Donald Duck. If I can get my camera right here. Donald Duck's head is what we're going to do, not like his whole body and everything. That'll take a lot longer, but his head is basically a circle. Draw light until it's right. Super light circle. Then his hat is kind of like a triangle sitting on top of his head, but it's got like a rounded front. And then the bottom of the hat is here. And then his bill is pretty much a rectangle, if you think about it, sticking out of the front of his face like that. So we got a circle, triangle, another little kind of side triangle, and a rectangle. Remember, we're concentrating on picking out basic shapes, okay, of our things that we want to draw, and then we refine it, or we add our details, right? So the big thing about Donald is he's got these two big eyebrow kind of things poking up above his eyes. His one eye is a smaller oval in this particular drawing. His other eye is a much bigger oval. I'm going to make it a little tiny bit wider out there. And he's kind of looking off to the side here, so both of his pupils, if that's what you want to call them, will be pointing in the same direction, okay? His cheek comes down like this, and then this is where the beak starts. So you've got this curved line. It curves in just a tiny bit, but then out a little bit, and then scoops around the corner like this, super rounded, okay? The other side, almost at the bottom of his eye, you've got the corner of his beak sticking out, so the letter C, and then there's a real kind of a sharp curved line here, and then his beak follows along underneath his eyeball, but goes up a little bit in the middle here, and then back underneath that eyeball. I'm still drawing super light, okay? This part of his beak, oh, I messed that up big time. Look at that. Ah, it's bad, it's bad. But that's okay. We fix it. We draw light until we get it right. So this part curves around here, and this line stops right about here. And he's got his trademark kind of a smile going on. Curved line back here at the back, and this line kind of follows along with the beak edge, and the curve comes down, and then like that. And then you just fill in the rest of this, get it close to his smile, and this kind of connects at the end there, okay? And his eyeball, this eyebrow comes down here, and the eyeball really makes up like the outside of his face. There's no side of his head that goes out here, okay? But then his hat comes around. That's another like a C shape, but the top of it kind of goes up a little bit at a little bit of a curve going up, and then the rest of his hat curves around like this, and the side of his hat only is about even with his eyeball over here, so we're not going to go much farther out than this line, this area here, not much further out than the side of his eyeball, like that, and it comes down, and then there's this weird kind of a pointed looking thing, but it's really the base of his hat, and it's just a big black rounded off triangle. That's all that is. So we've got let's make the shape of his head a little bit darker, like that. This comes around like this, so that circle area, and then he's got a few little crazy duck feather things sticking up, like 1, 2, 3. Those don't really end anywhere, they just stick out there, and this actually kind of like touches his eyebrow here, so you don't have to worry about bringing that round shape around for the top of his head. Okay, and he's always got this little flag ribbon. It's really in olden days, that's kind of the hats they wore. It had this ribbon coming off of it like this, and this comes down into a point like that, and that's basically it. That's the whole thing. There's not that many lines. You get the big circle. If you start out with a big circle, your kind of a wedge shape or triangle shape up here, and your rectangle down here, you really can just draw this in just about no time. Okay, this eyeball like this kind of hides in the corner, doesn't really have much to the bottom of that. This one kind of hides in the corner too. I'm going to make a little tiny bit bigger, and that's about it. Practice, practice, practice. Put this down to here like that. Go over it with your Sharpie, and that's pretty much it for Mr. Donald Duck. Okay, one of my favorite cartoon characters ever. Thank you guys.